Welcome to episode 51 of the Dude Comedy Podcast. Kyle's a faggot. He's not here today. What's up?
This is your chance, Burns.
My chance for what, man?
Just to get him back for all the mom jokes.
Dude, he's in Yellowstone National Park right now. That's pretty badass, but yeah, still a faggot.
He could step on at any time, though, because he was chatting, but he has had spotty service since he's been there.
Right.
So we will see. This could be a Kyle-free episode. This could be him popping in saying hi. We don't know yet. Only time will tell.
Hopefully the underground volcano in Yellowstone exploded and he's dead.
Whoa!
Hey, too far, man.
Whoa!
Too far?
Yeah, too far.
All right, too far.
Nothing but love here, guys.
Fun.
Let's get some preliminaries out of the way really quick. Colby, you said that we hit 160 Patrons.
Let me double check the exact number, but I believe
so. Okay. While you're checking that, just so everybody knows, we kept it really simple. It's $1. And what that does is gives you access to the Patron board where we post and interact with you guys. It also, we just figured out that we can go live and do live chats, which I did the other day and Colby did one yesterday, I believe. So if you're a Patron, make sure your push notifications are on, because if we go live, it'll send you a push notification and then we just sit there and bullshit in the chat with you guys. It was a ton of fun. We actually grabbed some Patron questions that we're going to go over here in a minute. I know Colby's got some plans to actually let some Patrons get some audio clips on the podcast. Just little stuff we're trying to do. But I was sitting in bed doing this live chat, and Ashley's like, she didn't even know we had a Patreon page for DudeComedy. And I said, yeah, look at all these people. There's like 30 Patrons in here. And she goes, you mean patrons, right? I said, no, they're Patrons. And she's like, no, it's called patrons. And I said, to us, they're Patrons because they remind us of little shots of tequila or something. I don't know. It was being funny. She's like, okay, Jimmy, whatever.
Patrons on ice.
Yeah, fun.
Yes.
We actually crashed. So there was about 22 people in there, and it was going pretty fast. And then my app crashed, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And I went back in, and it said like 8 people still here, and everyone's like, what the hell? My app crashed. So they're still working on it.
So the Discord is also a feature which we're going to utilize, but it's not us. It's not active, right?
It will be active by the time you're listening to this. So basically Patron set up a deal with Discord to, like, they're one of the only people that they allow like API access and stuff to. And what we learned is on the 1st of July, so after everyone has become an official Patron, like they've actually given $1, the Discord goes live. So by the time you're hearing this, the Discord will be live, we think. We'll find out today, or tomorrow.
Cool. Let's hop into some questions by the Patrons on Ice.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I sent. The problem is I didn't think it through that much. So a lot of the questions people were asking, I was just answering, and I was like, oh wait, I'll bring these up to the guys tomorrow after I've already answered most of these. So first question we got. So Jay-Z has a new album coming out. And the guy asked, what do you think about Jay-Z's new album and the current state of hip-hop in general? Do you guys both know he even had a CD coming out?
I did not. I don't really pay
here's
attention to album releases.
Jimmy, did you know?
Dude, I didn't, but I did see, I think Fwiz tweeted this morning he wanted to go listen to it, and it's exclusive to Tidal and Sprint users
there it is.
Or something.
That's it, Burns.
Yeah,
That's
so you can't even listen to it unless you're a Sprint user after a certain date.
So yeah, that's the backstory of this guy. He's like releasing it on Sprint only, and then his own streaming site. And my response to it was just like, it's just sad. Like, it's such a gimmick move for someone like, in my opinion, Jay-Z, who is arguably
that big.
He's one of the greatest rappers of all time. I mean, he never really has a bad album or a bad song, and people have been waiting on this album for a long time. To do some kind of stunt like that is just, I was a little surprised.
Kind of a douchebag move.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense in the terms of like financial stuff either, and like following and your fans. Like, so when I look at Jay-Z, like, he's more of an old school type guy who doesn't really have like the Twitter type followers or the Instagram. Like, he's an old school like dude, you know, like he's got guys that'll probably still go to a Best Buy and buy a CD. To do something like this just seems like you're alienating your diehard audience, in my opinion.
Well, buddy, there's a sum of money that is involved with said Sprint. I'm sure that to
absolutely.
him warrants it to happen. I agree with you. I think it's a douchebag thing. It's something I could see Kanye doing, not Jay-Z.
So this reminded me of a story. Doesn't have anything to do with hip hop, but it kind of has to deal with subscription services for products like music or even sports. So this is going to be a little bit of soccer talk, but I'm just going to discuss it in like a streaming service tone. But NBCSN and NBC has had the English Premier League since like 2013. And this is how they've done it every year. So they show one game at 6 in the morning. This is American time. 6 in the morning, 9 in the morning, and then 11:30. There's 3 games on. But if you're a cable subscriber, you can go on NBC's site and log in with your cable credentials, and then you can stream any game that's being played that day in the Premier League. So they got everybody hooked. It's been a pretty big success. So this year, when the season starts in August, they will still have their 3 games they play on Saturday morning. But if you want to watch any other game that's going on, $50 a month.
Wow.
Holy cow.
That's way more than I was expecting you to say, because like Red Zone, you guys have Red Zone?
Yeah, it comes with my NFL Network package.
Yeah, I think it's like $10 with your package, and it's the greatest thing ever. $50?
Yeah, $50. So let's say that let's say you're living here in the U.S. and you're a fan of a smaller team that doesn't get a lot of national airtime. Before, you could watch any one of their games if you were a cable subscriber, and now they're like, we want $50 a month from you. You know, they get you hooked, and then they charge you for it.
That's insane. I was going to bring this and loop it into another topic we got from the Patrons, but I'm going to throw this out here to you guys while we're on here. So how much do you guys pay for your cable bill right now? Off the top of your head, do you guys know?
Close to 200.
I don't have cable anymore. I use
close
Dish.
Close to 200.
How much is your Dish?
How
much is your Dish, Jimmy, not including internet? About 200 or 150-ish?
I don't have internet with Dish, so it's like $200. But understand, with Dish, I get on demand and Netflix. Like I have all that in one. And on demand, I can literally, if a movie comes out and it's on the DVD rack at Walmart, that means it's on demand and you can rent it. But they also have like 60,000 free movies at any given time on Dish on demand. So $200 is well worth it. I used to pay $250 for cable, and I got like 60 channels.
So
I've thought about switching over to PlayStation View. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Yeah, I have, and I
have heard of that.
That's what I'm bringing up here. Is the YouTube TV might be the most incredible offer I've ever seen, and it's not all the way done yet. But it popped up as like an ad actually, and I researched it. It's $35 a month. Right now they have almost all of the main channels, all of your NBCs and everything, because like the reason why I never switched to Sling or any of that stuff is they don't have live sports, which is the reason why I watch TV. But
View does.
This is gonna have all of that, plus listen to this about the DVR. Like, so you can watch it on your phone anywhere you are. You can watch your live TV on your phone, your iPad, whatever. The DVR system is all in the cloud, so you can throw boom, 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 throw it all up there, and you could be sitting in an airplane and just stream your show you wanted to watch live right in there. It's awesome.
Yeah, that was the big thing for me
$35.
with that was the big thing for me with cutting the cord with cable, is that sports. Like once these streaming services have live sports, it's game over. Just switch to it.
Yeah, so I was just, off the top of my head, when you said that Premiere thing, I was like, wait, I was going to ask you guys that, because a lot of my friends are doing the cut the cord thing, because they're like Jimmy, that they were paying $200, they got it down to $150, and they're like, oh, I'm happy with that. And then it's like, wait, I can pay $35? So we'll see how it goes. I was just interested to see what you guys were doing.
Like, it's crazy.
But back to the Patron chat.
$200, but it's well worth it for me.
Yeah, that's like, I know with kids too, a lot of people love the on-demand stuff, because you can just be like, I'll put a movie on for you, just chill, dude. So back to the sports talk, kind of. This is, do you think NASCAR is a sport? This is from another Patron.
No.
No, turning left is not a sport.
I think it's an entertainment spectacle.
Yeah. I only tune into NASCAR for the crashes.
We're probably going to get hate for that one.
I'd only tune into NASCAR for the crashes. I thought you would like NASCAR, Jimmy. You're from the Deep South.
Fuck off. That quit stereotyping me. That has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, they love their NASCAR.
Who is they? Who is they, Burns?
People in the South, dude. When we took that road trip from your house through to Atlanta, we drove by Talladega. You guys love yourself some NASCAR.
It's not you guys.
Was Ricky Bobby there?
I wish.
I wish, dude. I love that movie. I hope they make a Talladega Nights too.
Dude, you guys like shut down the highway, the interstate by Talladega when the NASCAR rolls through. You guys love it. Don't deny it, Jimmy. It's okay.
No.
I'll go on the other side there, and I will say I will consider it a sport only because I'm pretty sure they consider anything athletic wise these days a sport, and I'm sure those dudes are doing something athletic in those cars. On to the next one. How about the worst customer how about the worst customer you've seen in a grocery store? Oh, I thought that was your worst experience at a grocery store. Oh, this one might be a little tougher to answer then, but how about the worst customer you've ever seen at a grocery store? This is from a cashier, Patron.
Oh, I'm just gonna say, this is not just a singular type person or experience, but people who go to the 10 items or less lane with more than 10 items. Like if someone goes to I don't know if there's 10 items or less, but there's the self-checkout lanes. If you go there with like a shitload of groceries, fuck off.
Yeah, you're an ass. I agree 100%. You know what else? I don't think they should be allowed to put produce in or bakery stuff if you're going self-checkout. Like,
are you guys really that worried about that shit?
Yeah,
Jimmy, are you with your $500 grocery bill going to self checkout?
Oh, dude, they would kick me out of the store.
Dude, I would kick you out of the store. They make you a fucking asshole, dude. Yeah.
I don't know, Jimmy. I think they might keep rolling the red carpet out for you with your bill at that place.
Now, Colby,
yeah,
you said no produce in the aisle. Is that because you have to type the numbers in?
I've just been behind people with like just a bottle of Tito's and a pack of soda water, and I'm just trying to scan, and then I see this guy trying to item look up apples. Oh, which one of the 9 apples is it?
Yeah, I agree. That's they shouldn't be allowed in the self checkout. But I used to work at a grocery store when I was like a teenager, and I still have some of the produce numbers memorized. So,
ooh, nice.
Bananas.
They don't change.
No, they're always the same when I go there. Bananas are 4011 if you ever in the self checkout. There you go.
In the student store in high school, we had to memorize the numbers and stuff for like cup of noodles and if someone bought pizza. And we went in one day as like a prank, and we switched all the numbers to like 6969 and 6969 6969 420. And we got in trouble. What a bunch of dicks.
That's funny.
We
we will Dude Comedy Collection shirt number 3 will be live for this show. It will be in the description, either above or below the Patron link. So, Dude Comedy Collection number 3. We're only a month and a half behind. We know you've been asking for it. It will be available when you are listening to this show. We apologize for the delay.
We're working on a lot of stuff at once.
You know what is also really annoying? Is that the people that interrupt segments with a promo for a t-shirt.
It's a promo for your shirt, buddy. So fuck off.
No, you know what else is annoying at grocery stores is people who pay in change.
What?
Oh, change.
People still do. No. The people that go and pull out their checkbook and handwrite a check.
Oh, they still allow you to write checks at grocery stores?
The other day I was behind.
Not where I'm from, Jimmy. Not where I'm from. You live in the deep south, though. You guys are behind on the technology.
No, I've seen a check, and the lady also had like legit coupons. Most of the time, you can just like.
That is twice you have stereotyped me with the South Burns.
Yeah, anyone who writes a check, people who get out like a bunch of coupons, like you need to save 20 cents. Like, are you that fucking poor?
Yeah.
Remember when
you didn't mind eating food in the South when you had that 4-pound baked potato with beans?
Yeah, man, you guys got great barbecue, man. That's stereotyping too. Go to the South to eat good food.
Remember when extreme couponing was a thing? Like it even had its own TV show.
Here. Let me tell you a story about that. That was back before I was doing YouTube, but I wasn't making any money. I mean, things were really, really, really tight. And Ashley started doing that. And Ashley's super organized. Like everything she does is very, very organized. She game plans everything. She's getting her bachelor degree right now. And she just got her summer stuff for her next class. And she already has it like all written out and scheduled and all these Word documents and stuff. Anyway, So she does the extreme couponing for like 2 months. Dude, we had like a whole room of 200 toothpaste, 100 laundry detergents, bars of soap, 100 razors. I mean, she would go and do this, and she would walk out with a credit. So what she would do is she would get $300 worth of groceries or whatever, and the store would owe her $30. So she would just give the person behind us like the $30 credit, let them get whatever. I mean, she went straight savage on this. She could have been on those shows.
And I have no problem with people doing that. That's awesome.
Well, you can't do it anymore.
Well, that's because you can't do it anymore because, like you said, the store on that TV show, the store would like lose money when these ladies would show up.
Yeah. The store only did it to be on the TV show.
Yeah.
And those processes where you see the lady go in the store, that in the real life, she was in there for like 7 hours. But there was a time where you could just, you could really, really bust them up.
To go back to, I want to throw this out there too. Worst customers you've ever seen in a grocery store. I used to always joke about this. If we ever have a population problem, what people need to do for birth control is take these kids to a Walmart at like 3 to 4 o'clock in Utah and just put them in a Walmart. Oh my gosh. Every little kid has to push one of those little carts. Like there's a mom holding a baby on her back, a baby in the cart, 2 babies walking next to her. I mean, it's insane how many kids they have there, and they're just running wild, like no control. So if you ever want birth control, go there. It's crazy. I'm not the worst customers, but just a crazy experience, I guess. Kids got to eat.
Cool story, bro. What's the next topic?
Oh, then I found $10. I already did that one. All right, the last two is, does anyone believe in ghosts? This guy's actually asked this 3 or 4 times.
Absolutely. 100%.
Bullshit.
Absolutely.
No way, dude. Ghosts do not exist. Get out of here with that nonsense.
How do you know? Who makes you a resident expert to say they don't?
What rational reason
because
do you
you've
have
never
to
seen one?
What rational reason do you have to believe in ghosts?
What?
Exactly.
No, I really said what because you cut out on me. I didn't know what you said.
What rational reason do you have to believe in ghosts?
I mean, you just go with the hundreds of thousands of sightings and stories, and then you take away all the shit, because a lot of it's shit.
You peel back that
onion.
You can't
sit there. You peel back the onion, multiple layers, but you can't sit there and say they're all wrong. You can't say they're all a lie. You can't say that the millions of stories and sightings and different things you would research and see are all lying. That's like somebody saying there's not life out there in the universe. That's fucking ignorant.
Dude, there's no way. Well, how can they cannot demonstrate this without beyond a reasonable doubt, objectively, that a ghost exists? It's pure nonsense.
Go dive. You love Reddit. Go dive into Reddit or 4chan or even Google. Go down the rabbit hole and come back about 8 hours later and tell me if you didn't see some stuff that you're like, okay, that's legit.
How about instead of that, you cite me right now a peer-reviewed scientific research paper that demonstrates that any of these stories are true.
I'm not a ghost encyclopedia. I can't sit here and cite you something specifically. I'll go find something and I'll send it to you.
Okay, a peer-reviewed. I want to see the research that has been peer-reviewed and is published in a scientific journal.
Okay, so you're saying that you put all of your eggs in a basket of said scientist who you know nothing about, and what he says is the law.
If he can show the research.
So Burns, you're the kind of guy back in the future when they said the Earth is flat, you're like, okay, they said it, it must be true.
Oh no, dude. I go with the available I go with the available evidence and the research that has been shown. If you cannot show me that, I have no rational reason to believe that Joe Schmo in buttfuck Alabama saw a ghost.
Why's it gotta be Alabama again?
Why's it gotta be Alabama? Why not buttfuck Minnesota?
Do you believe
Minnesota's not even ghost haters. You guys are just haters on everything.
Do you believe then that people have been abducted by aliens?
Absolutely.
Okay, so if they were abducted by aliens, why are they not taking any technology? Like if you saw like a piece of technology, you wake up on the bed, strapped to the table.
Who says they don't?
Because they've never shown anything they've taken off a ship. If you see something that is not made on Earth, why don't they take it when they're sitting there?
Because there's probably a metal.
That would be
there's probably a metal detector on the way out.
You don't think these beings are smart enough to make sure they don't take something back with them?
Yeah, there's a metal detector on the way out.
There's no reason to believe it then.
You're just a pessimistic little faggot that lives in his little bubble and doesn't want to believe anything outside of your bubble.
I'm a skeptic. I'm a skeptic who does not believe nonsense.
I'm gonna as far as just these have been great questions though, because we've all kind of been on other sides, but on this debate I'm gonna side with Jimmy and say that
right you are.
I'm gonna jump more, because that question or that response about the flat Earth was money.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the truth. People like Burns are the people that, okay, they said it's flat, so I can't believe it, or whatever. Or they say witches are real and we need to burn them at the stake, so I believe it. Burn these people alive. I mean, that's the kind of guy. He's the guy that goes with the masses.
No,
he's the guy that
I go with what the evidence
mainstream.
says. I go with the evidence says. Okay, so Jimmy, do you believe in witches? Are there witches?
Well, there are witches. There's Facebook pages with thousands of them.
So you believe in fucking magic?
They call themselves witches.
You believe in fucking magic?
No,
what do you determine as magic?
He believes in people who believe in magic.
Yeah, they label themselves as witches, so who am I to say they're not a witch?
But are they witches? Can they do witchcraft?
Well, does witchcraft have something to do with scientific things? Like if you go back to actual witchcraft, like when they gunpowder and stuff like that, that shit was actually factual.
Okay, so
they didn't believe it was factual. They thought it was magic. So do I think they can convolute and conjure up things with chemicals and science? And sure.
Okay, so what about psychics?
No, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay, so what I'm saying is like all these people have seen like ghosts or can do like supernatural shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a foundation that has offered $1 million for anyone to come forward and demonstrate any sort of fanatical claim. Not a single person has even tried, because they are full of shit,
you don't know
and it's
that.
nonsense.
You don't know that. Once again, you put said trust in this foundation who you know nothing about. You don't know who it's comprised of. You don't know what their agenda is. So who says somebody didn't demonstrate and then they just threw it under the rug because they didn't have $1 million to pay because they're a bunch of fucking liars?
Or killed them. They could have just killed him on the spot.
Or killed them.
No, because they were going to show. They were going to show
Once
it
again,
live.
you put your trust in complete strangers. I'll put my trust in
and you
the
put your
power
trust
of numbers.
And
if there's 1 million people, if there's 1 million people out there that say, I have seen ghosts, I have had something to do with apparitions, I have my story. You're telling me that all 1 million of them are lying? No.
They could be mistaken, but your argument from popularity is a fallacy, Jimmy, and it does not mean it's true.
Oh, like gambler's fallacy. If it says red 7 times, it's not going to be black for sure. Hey, Jimmy, I'm still backing with you out though, man. You're doing great today in this debate.
No, you're just saying shit. Saying shit does not make it true.
I am not
1
saying
million
shit.
people said 1 million people said they saw a ghost, so I believe that they did it, even though this is a complete fallacy.
You're just a bandwagoner.
A bandwagoner, says the person who believes
you're
a million.
Mainstream.
You're
you
like
are a mainstream bandwagoner.
I'm a bandwagoner when you're the one saying 1 million people did it, so I'm hopping on.
No, I'm saying not every one of them is lying, is what I'm saying. There's
they all
truth
could be very mistaken.
You just have to peel the proverbial onion back.
Yep.
All right, Jimmy. Let's. I'm gonna ask you a question, and you're gonna answer me. What is more likely? Okay.
Okay.
What is more likely, that the laws of nature have been suspended in your favor in the way that you want to believe, or that you have made a mistake?
I don't understand the question.
So you say, oh, there's a ghost out there. There's ghosts or whatever. Mm-hmm. Are you saying that like the laws of nature, that some ghosts could come from some other dimension, that these laws of nature have been suspended in your favor in a way that you want to believe?
What laws of nature dictate that there can't be another dimension or other ghosts?
I'm not saying there isn't, but I'm saying what is more likely, that these universal laws that we know how the universe or how the natural world works, what is more likely, that these have been suspended in your favor in a way that you want to believe, or that you made a mistake?
What is more likely is that we aren't alone and you just don't want to accept that. You're scared.
So
it's
you're
okay.
saying there's a ghost? There's no ghost.
Hey, I get it. You're scared. You live in your bubble.
Are
you
the
don't
type
want
of guy?
anything to disrupt your weekly hockey and your sports, and you're going to the picnic beach. I get it. You don't want anything to mess up your way of life. I understand that.
This
but
doesn't mess up my way of life.
But
my life does not change whether ghosts are
What
real or
you
not.
don't want to look at is the bigger picture. That we're not alone, dude. That would be naive to think we're alone. Come on now.
You're changing the subject. We're talking about ghosts, not aliens. You're like, oh, there's a ghost and they're visiting us. The dead are visiting us. Are you the type of guy that would give a guy who can talk to the dead like $1,000 so you could talk to
No,
dead people?
I'm not.
I think you are. You're one of those people who
but I'm
turns on
very
ghosts.
open to interpretation and very open
You're
to
the type of guy who
things.
DVRs ghost hunters, and you're like, dude, check this out. It's fucking
You know what we need to do,
sick.
Colby? We need to go find the scariest fucking haunted place, and we need to all go stay a night out there and record it.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
and see if
That's
Burns
fine
is
with that.
fine.
I'll be fine, dude.
Yeah, I think we just named this episode Burns versus Jimmy, the debate. Dude, that was great.
All right, let's talk about some dumb shit. YouTuber gets shot by his girlfriend.
Oh my god, this happened in Minnesota.
Yep. Well, that's the kind
So
of
let me pull
intelligence
up,
you have in Minnesota.
Let me pull up the tweet.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious, Jimmy. Okay, they'll say. Okay, so here is the tweet. Her name is Mona Lisa Perez. Right there, that name should tell you she's trouble. Who names their kid fucking Mona Lisa?
She's pregnant too.
Okay, so she's a mother of two. She's pregnant. She loves to laugh because I hate to laugh. Who doesn't? Who likes to laugh?
Actually, I could see you being a person that doesn't like to laugh, and I could see you being the old man that tells the kids to get off his porch.
Ooh, I need to pause.
So here it is.
I need to pause you really quick. I saw a great meme that was about laughing, and it said, if someone tells you you have an ugly laugh, so like you become self-conscious about it, basically they told you in this world full of shit, the 15 to 20 seconds that you find enjoyment, don't do it anymore. I was like, damn, that's messed up.
That's true.
Okay,
anyways, back to Mona Lisa Perez. So mother of two, she's pregnant, she loves to laugh, positive energy, stay-at-home mommy, family vlogger. Oh, I found her YouTube page. This is what I was looking for. Let me pull this up.
Well, I thought it was his YouTube page.
Oh yeah. Oh, they have 11,000 subscribers. That's not bad.
No, is that her?
Yeah, La Mona Lisa. So, anyways,
I think he has a page, and he's bigger.
Okay. So he's bigger. Okay, so I just found hers. But new videos every week. Her last tweet was on June 26th, so that's 4 days ago from when we're recording today. It says, me and Pedro are probably going to shoot one of the most dangerous videos ever. His idea, not mine. And he's dead.
Yeah.
I like how you said shoot in there.
He thought that a encyclopedia could stop a 50 caliber Desert Eagle bullet.
Jesus. So he put it up to his chest?
We got the smartest people making videos here. How far away did she shoot him from?
I don't know.
Was it like point
It didn't
blank?
matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, it really, if they're at their house, it doesn't matter.
This is how far YouTube has gone, though. We're gonna
let's get off the fact that that's some dumb shit. Put yourself in that lady's shoes now.
Yeah, now it's sad when you do that.
She's being charged for manslaughter. She has his baby in her belly. He's dead. She killed him, and he told her to shoot him because the book would stop it.
God, these people are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
It's just, we've talked about it, like what the next stage of escalation and pranks and social experiments was going to be. And I mean, I swear, Jimmy, you said like 10 episodes in, at some point, someone is going to die from one of these things. And look what happened.
People died.
Yeah. Sucks. It's crazy. Anything for views. I said this a year ago. I was like, a YouTuber's going to die. Sooner or later, somebody's going to try to do something just stupid.
Like,
anyway.
They look pretty young, too.
Yeah, they're
like real young.
Yeah, they don't look like they're probably high 20s.
I want to know where in Minnesota they were from, so I can tell you if it's fucking Hicktown. Do we have a city? Let me see.
I'm looking. I
don't know.
I don't see it in this article.
I'm deep diving right now. Hold on.
While you're deep diving, so this is the official season 2 of the Dude Comedy Podcast. Season 1 was the first 1 through 50 episodes.
Okay, so
I like that.
So
Okay,
I said
so
that.
this-
Oh, go ahead, Burns.
Okay, so she is way up near Fargo. So she's up in Hicktown, Minnesota, and she's about 4 hours from the city. So yeah, she's far away in Dumbassville, Minnesota.
I like that this is season 2.
Yeah,
I like that spin.
I was going to start with that and I forgot. But yeah, I said it as a joke. I said this was the last wrap up for the season. I'm going to take a little break. I'll be back next season. Everyone's like, wait, what? What do you mean? And I was like, oh, I forgot to mention that season 2 is episode 51. We back and better than ever.
We back and better than ever. Better than ever.
Ever.
So yeah, bottom line, this woman's is just a fucking moron, and we can move on to the next topic.
The last one from the patrol. Oh, we lost Jimmy. No? Jimmy, you there?
Yeah, Jimmy just hung up on us. What a cunt.
Well, there was a couple times where I would say something. Oh, there he is. And his would cut out. He's back now.
Cool.
It's cutting out bad.
Yeah, you were talking one time and I lost you completely, and then I just kind of picked up on your last word and was like, yeah. This guy did ask, since he is
really
since he is a Patron, I will throw it out there. This guy asked specifically for Burns here. We'll limit this to 1 minute. Let's wait a minute on the clock. This guy wants to know how you felt about the NFL or NHL draft, Burns. Minute on the clock. Go. Let him. He gets
Are
it.
you kidding me?
It's from
I'll
a
keep it-
Patron. It's from a Patron.
I'll keep it short, Jimmy. The Minnesota Wild did not have a first or second round pick, so I didn't watch it and don't really give a shit. Next topic.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, next topic. How excited are you for your Timberwolves? Holy crap.
Dude, we got Jimmy Buckets. We coming.
And you're about to
Hey,
get,
I've been
Kyle Lowry.
talking about this for days now. I mean, Jimmy Butler, Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins. That literally.
Don't sleep on Rubio.
No, they're
Well,
about
they're
to.
trying. No,
They're
they're
gonna
trying
get
to
Lowry.
trade Rubio.
They're gonna get Lowry.
That's crazy. Either way you go, if you keep Rubio and he's a distributor for those 3 monsters, or if you get rid of him and you have Lowry and you have a 4th monster, they literally just made themselves probably a top 3 in the Western Conference.
Yeah, but this is Minnesota sports, dude. You're overestimating.
No, dude. That is a stout team, man. That is and they have that Gorgie Dang guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have no bench.
He's
though.
a rebounding beast.
We have no bench.
That's true. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You're literally going from irrelevance to they're going to be in the game.
That would be cool. They haven't been in the playoffs in 13 years.
Yeah,
I almost forgot that they even existed.
Are you going to go get tickets and watch them?
If they're good, yeah.
The sad thing is if you put them in the East right now, just with the team they have, they're probably the second.
They're right there with the Cavs.
Yeah, the third best team.
Well, Cavs in Boston.
Yeah, because the Raptors are going to lose Lowry, so they'll be a step lower. And I think that the Wizards had their little run, but they don't have a third guy. Wall and
Did you see
Beal.
Chris Paul went to the Rockets with James Harden?
Yeah, I honestly, this is going to sound completely ridiculous, but I really don't think it makes them that much better. I do think it's a lateral move in my opinion, but it did take a big gouge out of their bench with like Lou Williams and Decker. Like those guys played a lot for them.
Yeah. What about where do you think Blake Griffin goes and where do you think Paul George goes?
Minnesota.
I say Griffin.
Dude, if they got Paul George, and they don't need Paul. That would start to get to a point where you have too many people that want the ball. Yeah, but a Blake Griffin maybe. That would be kind of crazy.
I could see Griffin. Griffin's tough because his game is so one-dimensional now that he's older.
That's why I think he could fit in there. I think he could be all right there, but you couldn't go Paul George. Paul George is probably going to end up in Boston for a year or the Cavs, and then he'll end up in L.A. with LeBron next year.
I agree with that. I also have a decent theory going in my group text right now where I say by the end of the year, the starting lineup in the playoffs for the Cleveland Cavaliers will be Kyrie at the 1, Wade at the 2, Melo at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and Kevin Love or Tristan Thompson at the 5. I say,
Yeah, Melo has a good shot to go to the Cavs. He said they're the only ones that he'd accept a buyout for.
I think that the Bulls
That's
some
dirty,
point,
man.
I think the Bulls buyout way too, $32 million. I say the Cavs buy him. So
that is dirty.
That's
Dwayne Wade, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, all on the same team.
Look
Kevin
at you!
Love.
Look at the bullshit NBA just building super teams. That's why I don't watch.
That's
this
exactly
shit.
what's happening. That's
it's
exactly what's
bad.
happening.
It's bad, and it's going to.
Boston's doing the same thing. Boston's trying to get Gordon Hayward. So you have Isaiah Thomas, Gordon Hayward,
the number 3,
Al Horford,
the number 3 pick in the draft. Like they're
number 3 pick,
too.
and they're going after Paul George too. It's gonna be crazy. And then dude, I'm really excited about the Timberwolves. I am.
You guys are getting all excited for all these NBA moves, and it's just going to be Cavaliers versus Warriors again next year.
Most likely.
Write it down. Write it down. So what's the fucking point?
I don't know though, because I think that there's enough transparency in those top ones now that if like a team like the Spurs can go get a point guard, they
wanted Chris Paul though. They needed Chris Paul.
Yeah, they could go battle somebody. I mean, I think it's too transparency in the top 4 now to just guarantee it. I mean, I could see that if Boston gets Hayward and Paul George, I would pick them over the Cavs.
Yeah, you're gonna have 4 to 5 super teams: Golden State, Cavs, Boston, Houston, probably if they get one more. And I'm calling the Timberwolves a super team because I don't think they're done yet. And I mean, who they have is pretty crazy.
Oh yeah,
but it doesn't matter because next
Mark
year it's
my
going to
words
be
right
Lonzo
now.
Ball.
All right, so I'm going to make 2 predictions, and you guys
Okay.
can write them down or just remember this episode. Number 1, the NBA Finals in the 2017-2018 season will be the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors. My second prediction, the Minnesota Timberwolves will not make the playoffs.
That's actually probably
Hey,
Vegas.
let's
Probably the best
let's
odds.
put a bet on that. Hey, you want to place a friendly wager?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
What
do
you wanna
$100.
bet? Okay, $100.
$100 that I say the Timberwolves make the playoffs.
Okay, so
That's
is
great
that the only
odds
one
for
we're not
you,
going
Burns. That's great odds for you because they're probably even. I'm with Jimmy, but they're probably the West is so good.
Nah, dude, this is easy money. So this is an official bet on the show, right?
Yeah, so just that bet, not the finals prediction, just the Timberwolves.
No, I believe you on that.
Yeah,
okay,
I think
so Timberwolves.
yeah.
I'm saying the Timberwolves.
I say
will
the
not
Timberwolves make the
playoffs.
playoffs in any fashion, and you say they won't.
They will not make the playoffs.
All right, as
Got
the
it.
official
$100.
moderator of the Burns versus Jimmy show, I deem this bet official.
All right. I love it. All right, what else we got?
All right, Burns, steer us off of sports real quick. That was all of our questions. I honestly thought we would talk about those for longer, but they were still good.
I really liked that live chat thing. That was a lot of fun. The people poured in there too. There was like 30 Patrons in there when I was doing it the other night. It was cool.
Yeah, I think.
So just another quick shout out to the Patrons out there. And if you want to join the Patrons and hang out with us in live chats and watch us post a bunch of nonsense in the feed, head on over to Patreon. There's a link in the description.com/DudeComedy. Sign up for $1 a month. Hang out with us.
Oh,
Two key links. Episode number 3, collection number 3 shirt, and the Patron link.
I just remembered something I was going to talk about, but also I want to say I made the collection 3 shirt based off what people wanted like 3 weeks ago. So don't get mad at me. So this is I just saw this. I don't have the article up, but I just remembered this. So Blue Apron, they just went public, like a publicly traded stock yesterday. I
did not know that.
Yeah, neither did I. So they go public, right? And the evaluation of the company is $2 billion. And if you watch any Shark Tank, you know that that's actually pretty high. That means they're pretty successful. They have a good user base. So they go public at $10. And this article was from like Bloomberg or something. It says like, okay, a typical first day like bump is what they call it for an initial brand new stock on the exchange that people will expect it to go. If it was $10, you'd expect at least a $15 to $20 like jump. So 50% to 100% just because of the excitement and all that stuff. Guess what the stock ended at yesterday?
$7.
Burns? We lost Burns. The stock ended at $10.01. It went up 1 penny, and it was terrible.
God, they had to be disappointed in that.
Oh, and then
It's at 971 right now.
and I guess
Oh my God, are you serious? On day 2 after a launch?
after a launch. So they I was reading it in like a venture capitalist, like so the guys again on Shark Tank, like those guys don't consider breaking even like a major loss. Like they're trying to really duplicate their money and stuff. So you're sitting there right now with your stock in this company and it goes public and you're expecting, oh man, I'm about to make millions. And it did not. It just pooped. You know why it did poop? Because they removed the ads from us. That's what you guys get. No, but isn't that crazy though?
We don't have any ads today, do we, Burns?
We do not have any advertisements. This is an ad-free show.
And
This show is.
It seems like they're
sponsored by-
all ad-free shows.
And we will also not be having any ads from Blue Apron anytime soon because they just lost.
Actually,
a lot
I
of
think we have one left.
I might sneak one more in there. Maybe I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided.
Way to go, Colby! You just alienated us.
No, I mean it's nothing against them. I get why they stopped advertising on podcasts because they spent tons of millions of dollars. Now they're probably trying to wait to see the results.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. Here we go. Burns,
Let's just say
Burns again, just pissing on my stories.
Kobe came
He's
in
being
here
a
and said-
dick today, man.
Kobe came in here with his topics, and he was like, "You know what? I know that Blue Apron has been a wonderful sponsor on
being a
the
dick
show.
today.
Let's talk about how they had a terrible first day after their IPO release."
Hey, man, I can't control that they were a great sponsor for us. And then
Swear I'm getting DDoS.
sucked in the thing.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about sports. It's fucking summer. Baseball's fucking boring as shit. There's nothing to watch.
Dude, TV is dead right now, too, in the summer, man. I used to have all these shows lined up and everything, and it'll be 9 o'clock, and I'll go check the DVR. I'm like, man, I got nothing to watch. So I'm rewatching
Right.
The Wire. I'm on season 3 already.
That's a great show. It's probably one of the better shows ever written. Oh, Jimmy
DDoS
Jimmy left us because he's a cunt. So we don't have Kyle today, and then Jimmy decides, you know what? I'm just gonna come and go as I please. So it's just you and me, Kobe. This is the new DudeComedy sports show. Quick preview. Me and Kobe dancing with some sports talk.
We could dance
What's
with some.
up?
Let's dance with some sports. I think we could really do easily hours of sports talk. Like we haven't even touched on the NFL right now, which I'm very excited about. What are let's go Minnesota Vikings to start. Are you mad AP's gone? Do you think they replace him? What's going on?
All right, so here's what's gonna happen. So I'm a Minnesota sports fan, dude. I could talk for hours about disappointments and failures and chokes.
Oh, you're Marshall Erickson.
And anything that just comes back to bite us. So here's what's going to happen. We play the Saints on Monday Night Football to start the season. Guarantee Adrian Peterson runs for at least 200 yards and gets 2 touchdowns.
Dude, he might be. I didn't know that that was the first game. I might overdraft him in fantasy now, get his stock high after week 1, and then trade his ass. That's
Dude.
good.
He's gonna shit on us, dude. In front of the Minnesota fans. Oh yeah, dude. He's gonna fucking sling his dick out around on us. He's just slap us in the face with it.
So let's go. Let's peel the onion back a little bit here. I want to talk about something that's bugged me for a while now, and this actually was still sports related. So sports is a business. We all know that. We're not naive to the fact. We're not kids anymore where we think everyone's buddy and everything like that. I don't understand people who get the impression oh, well, we hate this guy because he left us. Oh, Kevin Durant left us. Oh, LeBron. Oh, okay, LeBron's a little different story because he did that whole public announcement thing. But another person that just happened to Chris Paul, for example, he went into the management and he was like, hey, I'm not coming back here. I want more money. So how about you guys just do anything you can and get some pieces back for me? And you know what the response online is? Oh, fuck Chris Paul. He left us. No, he didn't. You guys traded him for a former 6th Man of the Year candidate and a bunch of young talent and a draft pick. He could have walked away and got nothing. The same thing with Adrian Peterson or some of these older NFL players. They're not at their prime anymore. Certain teams can't pay them against the salary cap at a high level that they want, so they go take these 2 to 3 year deals. just so they can get paid because their body is literally going to be gone.
Yeah, so let me tell you a story about a player leaving. This is going to go way, way back to the Stephon Marbury, Kevin Garnett days at the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Starberry!
I love Starberry.
Yeah, so anyways, this is when I'm like in middle school. And I fucking loved the Timberwolves, Kevin Garnett and Stephon Marbury. And this was when KG got that $100 million deal. It was like the biggest NBA contract at the time. And then Stephon Marbury says, I want my $110 million or I'm leaving. Fucking trade me. And the first game back, so he went to the New Jersey Nets. I don't even remember who we got for him. But I went to that.
I know who it is. It's Kerry Kittles and somebody. I don't know why I remember that.
Oh my God, Kerry Kittles.
It was Kerry Kittles was in that deal and somebody else. All right, keep going. Sorry.
But here's where players usually come back to eat Minnesota, bite us in the ass. So I went to that game. It was his first game back against the Timberwolves. Every time he touched the ball, it was just booze raining down on him. And he dropped a 40 bomb on us and beat us.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like AP, like exactly what you're saying. He's going to be playing with so much emotion and like anger and everything. He's going to just shit on them.
Oh, this is going to be embarrassing. It's on national TV too. That's even better.
The funny Minnesota Timberwolves fact, I don't know if you know that, remember this, Burns, but the in 1996 that they traded Ray Allen for.
Yeah, they
Stephon
drafted
Marbury.
him.
Yeah.
You watch the Cavaliers grab Flash, and then they're going to pull in Ray Allen as well. Make one more run at it with the old-timers. Why not?
So you know what's ruined football for me, Colby, is Red Zone.
Oh,
I
same.
seriously cannot. I can't watch a full NFL game I have to watch Red Zone. I can't watch these commercials. It ruined it for me.
I got a little taste of Red Zone last year. I don't have it, but I think I got like a sample whatever when we got Dish. And yeah, it's so much going on at one time.
Dude,
it's literally football with no interruptions for 6 hours.
Yeah.
There's no commercials. It just shows you what's going on throughout every game in the league. It will ruin football for you.
Burns, when it gets to the last 3 minutes of all of the first games, like when they're all coming to an end and you got fantasy guys going, plus your team is playing, it's like
it's great for it's great for fantasy.
It's also heartbreaking too, because you're watching, like you'll see they'll cut to a game and you'll be like, no Antonio Brown, and the announcer's like, and Big Ben connects again for an 80-yard touchdown to Antonio Brown. You're like, fuck!
Right? And what's great is that there's never really any interruptions, even with, you would think like all the early games are going to go to halftime around the same time. They really don't. And then by the time the last game of the early game is going to halftime, the other games are starting again.
There's rarely a break, and there's a couple times a season though where they'll do a Thursday night game, a London game, 4 buys, so you'll get like a really slow, like just 2-game afternoon. You're just like, man, this is boring. I'm so privileged right now to have all these games.
I'll challenge the patrons and all of our viewers out there, when the football season starts, watch Red Zone for the first like 2 or 3 weeks, and then try to watch a game that does not involve a team that you cheer for. It is fucking boring as fuck. It is terrible.
Jimmy, we should do some fantasy challenges.
How hard
with
would
the
it be to do? How hard would it be to set up a fantasy like league for football with us and our patrons?
I just said that. That's funny.
You can't really have like 100 people in a league.
No. We could do daily though. We could do like.
we could do the daily fantasy like on DraftKings. This podcast is sponsored by DraftKings. Sign up today.
Oh, we couldn't do like one where we draft.
No, we could.
That would be 100 people in a league.
No, we could find a way. We could find a way to limit it to 12, and then do it with us 4. So then we'd have to take us out, all of us.
Well, we could run a contest, and we could have 8 be in it with us. Then we could also do the daily leagues, which I know how to set those up on DraftKings, where everybody can join. And actually, what we could do is we could make the prize like a shirt, or we could even make the prize like $25 or so. I don't know. We could do something where they could all get involved.
Kyle and I have a contact over at one of those companies. I don't know if he's still there, but for a while when I want to say it was FanDuel was really trying to dump all their marketing money into anything, he said that they could set up DudeComedy leagues where it would be like a $1 buy-in, but they would guarantee like $500 for the winner. But I don't know what
That's
the
cool.
rules are for gambling and whatnot, so we'll look into it again. And that guy, I mean, those guys. This is another side story, but those dudes, like, they'll hit us up, and then you finally message them back. They're like, "Oh, dude, I'm at my third company since then." Oh, okay.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
A
it's,
little fantasy football. I won one of my leagues last year, like full season.
I play in one serious league. This is our going into our 11th year keeper league. You keep one guy. All my buddies from college. I won it for the first time last year. Still talking shit about it. And then I play in another kind of keeper league where you keep 3 players. It's our 6th season, and I won that one. Not as much shit talking in that one. And then I play in a third league, which is also really competitive, but I got dead last. So 2 firsts and dead last. I'll take that.
Dude, the league that I won, I started the season 0-4, and then I didn't lose a single game the rest of the year and won the trophy.
Dude, that's what's crazy about fantasy. Is it like it? There's so much. Oh, my shit is broke. Can you share your? Can't hear you guys at all. Close out without me.
Oh, Jimmy, he left
Jim.
before we were done.
Well,
yeah, we can close out.
I do think he didn't hear me because I said we should do a fantasy with all the fans, and he literally goes, "I wonder if we could set something up where we could do fantasy with all the fans."
Just not listening.
Yeah, we can close it up. We didn't have Kyle. We knocked out a good show. I mean,
we still got 8 minutes, man. This is just a preview to our sports show coming in September. Dude Comedy Sports featuring Kobe and Burns.
You know what? I'm gonna say something live right here, right now. I'm gonna start it earlier. You know why? We had some more Facebook. So our business runs through Facebook. Facebook is awesome for people who are older and they click on content. Facebook is awesome. A lot of the younger demo doesn't even use it, which is fine. They hit us with another like weird band type thing, and all of our eggs are kind of in that one basket. So you know what? I'm going to expand my basket right now, and I'm going to commit to starting a second show powered by DudeComedy. Might only be short, whatever, short and sweet, but I know Burns is in. Let's just do it, man. We have such a great opportunity here. We got people who actually like want to listen. Let's just ride it out, man. Worst case scenario, they talk shit about us. They already do that anyway.
But I was just like being a responsible adult. Like, hey, football comes around in the fall. We could start in September, nice and fresh. And you're going full Jimmy on me. Like, let's start it fucking tomorrow.
I just mean like let's start getting everything ready for it. I agree. We would run out of things to talk about before football started.
Yeah, it's summer. There's not much going on. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of baseball, so I'm not really going to be able to talk like at length about it. And there's like free agency going on right now, but that usually cools down in July. So
what about we started in August? When's the first football games?
Usually it's like the second week of August.
Yeah, okay.
Preseason.
Yeah, so
we can start around there because fantasy starts. So maybe around the second week of August. If you guys are interested in a sports show, we'll do it like an hour long. We'll just maybe a PTI type style, and maybe we'll get popular enough that we can get cool guests, like cool people who are actually like in sports, like athletes or reporters or things like that.
Yeah, that's
coaches.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I didn't mean we needed to start it today, but definitely committing to it today that we do it. By the way, also, if anyone likes this energy from today, I did the whole podcast standing up. I put my mic stand all the way up, stood up the whole show. I feel great about it.
I did it with I did the entire show with my dick in my right hand.
We should have a contest to see next time we do the show with all 4 of us who can keep their hand on their dick the longest.
Or we should do have you ever watched the show Seinfeld, like back in the day?
Yeah.
So we should do you ever saw like the Master of Your Own Domain episode where they see which one of them can go the longest without jerking off?
Oh yeah. A lot of other shows have adopted that episode too. Like The League even did an episode like that.
I like how the best part about that show is like they come back from the restaurant where they agreed upon like see who can go the longest without jerking off, and then they see that there's like a naked woman like across the street with her window open, and so Kramer leaves the room, comes back like 5 minutes later. All right, I'm out.
And for that reason, I'm out. They just don't make TV like comedies like they used to. I was trying to get into one of them that was over advertised on NBC. And I'm just like hoping so much it's going to be like Parks and Rec or The Office or How I Met Your Mother. And it was just, It's just they're so trash now. I don't understand like where all those writers went or the actors went or what happened. But I mean, when's the last time you've seen a comedy get picked up for a second season? They don't.
Yeah, I mean, The Office and Parks and Rec was pretty good. Community didn't even. I mean, Community was around for a little bit.
Community had like a weird breakup where I think it would have went around longer, but wasn't there like some drama and then they like shifted it to like Yahoo TV or something? I don't remember off the top of my head, but Community's great because they gave my boy Childish Gambino, aka Donald Lover, aka Troy and Abed in the morning, a chance, and he succeeded from that show.
Right on. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot of like comedy sitcoms now. Seinfeld was probably the best back in the day. You know what needs to come back, and I think it is Arrested Development.
Oh, it is coming back. Yeah, I don't know when, but I did see a article about it coming back.
That's such an underrated show. It was a little bit before its time, but that show is extremely funny. You have to watch it. It's not like a sitcom where you can kind of jump in on any episode. You pretty much have to watch that show from start to finish.
Yeah, that was one of my first binge shows.
Yeah, the jokes are kind of like, some of the jokes will pay off like several episodes down the road. So,
what's the other one I was just thinking of after you said Arrested Development? Oh, okay. We got a couple minutes left. What's the first show you binge watched on Netflix? I'm gonna admit mine.
Shit.
I'm not gonna like my admitting of this one, but I'll admit it. It was a show called Greek. It was on ABC Family or Fox Family, one of those shows. Dude, severely underrated. And then the only problem is I got so into it by season 3, and then season 4 was like the final season, and I'm like, man, it's getting so bad, but I gotta know what happens with these characters. So of course I wrote it out for one more season. Terrible show, but that was my first binge watch.
I'm gonna say mine was probably The Office because I never really watched it in order when it was on TV. So yeah, I grinded through that. I've seen that series several times.
Oh, I'm over probably 50 times. I've seen every episode.
I honestly think that if Netflix took The Office off of there, I would just cancel my subscription.
Oh, dude, that's my wife. That's what my wife says every time.
It's such a great show. Like, you could just be sitting down to have a snack and be like, just throw an episode of The Office on.
It's so weird that you're saying this because on our Hoop Fest team, one of the guys we played with, his name was Carl, and he was talking about stuff. I'm like, oh, honestly, like all I use Netflix for is just repeating The Office. Like, and we'll just turn it on downstairs, and like if I can't really sleep, turn on The Office. He's like, dude, I do the same thing. And now I learned that you do the same thing too.
Yeah, it's great. Going to bed, can't sleep, throw on an episode of The Office.
You know what my favorite episodes are that are the ones you almost have to turn off because Michael's being so cringy. Like he's just,
Scott's Tots and Dinner Party.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I just watched Dinner Party 2 nights ago. It was Dinner Party.
Like, Dinner Party's not as bad. The more you watch Dinner Party, the funnier it is. But Scott's Tots, I can't do it. It's just so cringeworthy.
So I've been doing this new thing with The Office. That's actually pretty fun. I went back to season 1, episode 1, and I'm starting to not watch like the characters in the dialogue. I'm only watching like the backgrounds and stuff. I know it sounds stupid, but like it's pretty fun. Like Creed is a great background character, or like Ryan. Ryan has a ton of like facial expressions in the background I've never seen before.
Oh yeah, if you watch like when they're doing like punchline shit that's really funny, if you look in the background, like these characters can barely hold it together. They can barely stay in character.
Yeah, I remember reading somewhere that like a lot of Steve Carell's lines in there were just like, all right, here's a blank piece of paper. Here's what we need the scene to accomplish. Like, get from here to here, and he would just go, which is crazy to me that people are that talented.
So yeah, we wrapped it up with a little comedy sitcom talk, and that is our show, episode 51. It was pretty much me and Kobe the whole time. Jimmy babbled on for a little bit, and then he left. Yeah. So yeah, good show.
Good show.
Wrap us up.
I'll wrap it up.
Done.
Oh, also, update on the mixtape. So, really quick, producer guy reached out to me on Twitter, messaged me. We were in the DMs talking, added me on Skype, sent me some beats. He has a connection with iTunes. We just sent one song in to see if it got approved. If it does, we'll load them all up there. If it doesn't, we'll just go back to the original zip plan. But as of now, we have one song pending. So, by the next show, episode 52, I will have a first sure on where the mixtape is. So yeah, there's that. Here's today's wrap up. Bow.